If you're looking for a mechanical keyboard, you usually have to choose between floating keys look or the classic recess look. But with the RK Royal Kludge C87, you don't have to choose. This budget TKL has a secret trick up its sleeve, so let's get it unboxed. RK C87 mechanical keyboard, so let's get into it. Just look at that. Now that is absolutely stunning. Now, to start off, we do get a USB-A to USB Type-C. Very nice silicon cable. They have went for more of a matte design for the cable, which I do like, instead of the glossy ones, because they normally look very drowned out. We do get one of their keycap and switch removal tools, which was very nice for them to give. And then we also get 4 extra switches, which obviously the Hall effect switches, which is very nice. I'm glad they do supply them. And of course, we get the user manual. Just going to tell you little bits about it, which is quite nice. The RK C87. That sound is just amazing. So let's have a little look on the back. So to start off with, we do have a all flat design, and then we also have 3 channels for cable management, which I do actually like. We've got the USB Type-C port going in there, and then we've got the different channels for the cables. Then we do get 2 different step variations for the height adjustment for the keyboard. I like mine sitting quite high, so that is quite nice for me. They have went for all plastic body design on the sides, on the top, and then we do have more of a grayscale to the RGB inlet. They've went for more of a classic look on the keys, so we do have raised keys, so we've got the white, greys, and the blacks, which do fit in very nice. And then we do have the interface bar going on here, which is your typical numlock scroll, and then obviously Mac or Windows depending. Now on the keys themselves, on the inside, we do have the different variants for allow us to mess around with the RGB. It will tell you exactly which buttons are hit. But the one thing to remember regarding this keyboard, that this is wired only, because it's going to allow you to achieve that 8000 Hz pulling rate. So this can only be used in a wired capacity. So this is a TKL layout, which basically means it doesn't have a number pad, giving you way more room for your mouse space. It's a wired only model, though some versions may vary, which means 0 latency for gaming. And the build is surprisingly heavy, so it won't be sliding around your desk during those sweaty sessions. Now, the switches I have feel very smooth. Royal Kludge definitely have been stepping up their factory lubrication lately, and it shows. It's not too clicky, it's more of a clack, which is very satisfying for both gaming and typing. So let's hear to see what it sounds like. Now, the RGB is definitely something to talk about. It's nice and bright, and it definitely bleeds through to the keycaps, which is quite nice. And they seem to be facing more towards the user, so when you actually got the keyboard on the desk, they seem to shine more through the caps. You've got all your standard modes like rainbow, reactive, and breathing, all controlled directly on the board with the FN keys and the shown user interface keys as well. So, Hall effects. What is Hall effects, especially when it comes to the RK-C87? Now, unlike normal mechanical switches, which connect directly to the PCB or the board, Hall effects contact via magnets. By doing this, this means that your keyboard connected to software allows you to know exactly when you are pressing a key or even letting it go. And the response time can be anywhere from 0.1 millimeter all the way to 4 millimeters, just in case you've got those heavy things. The real star is the rapid trigger function. On a normal keyboard, the key has to travel back up past the reset point before you can press it again. But with the C87 Hall effects, the key will reset the instant you start lifting your finger. And yes, this makes counter-strafing feel a little bit like you're cheating during your gameplay, because it is extremely responsive. Now, the software. To get the most out of this keyboard, you want to use the RK software. You can customize every single key, the internal sensitivity, but I do recommend setting up your WASD keys to super sensitive profiles, and your utility keys a little bit deeper just in case for those accidental taps. Now, the pros and the cons. Pro. This is a pro-level gaming performance. Great TKL layout, and it is hot swappable with other magnetic switches. Now the cons. It is a wired only keyboard. Now this does allow us to use the 8000 pulling rate, but wires aren't for everyone. And the software, it does take a minute to get used to, and there is a slight learning curve. Now, if you are using a standard mechanical keyboard with mechanical switches, no offense, you are at a massive disadvantage. Now, the RGB C87 is the most affordable way to get into the Hall of X game without breaking the bank. And to be honest with you, it's probably one of the best budget-friendly gaming upgrades you can make today by simply checking the links in the video description and go checking one out for yourself. Now, if you are going to be the smart guy in 2026 and swapping over from switches to magnets, drop it down in the comment section below and tell me your views and your opinions. I really want to know. Some people like mechanical keyboards, some people like magnetic keyboards. It is a vice versa scenario. But in the end of the day, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll catch you in the next video.